Well, hi there, everyone. This is Linda Lou with Corporate Calm Yoga, coming to you to do a little chair yoga today. You might notice I'm sitting in a chair. So this is a great yoga series for anybody who is getting just new to yoga or has never done yoga before or is super unflexible and wants to start getting into yoga, but it's just too darn hard. Or for anybody who's a little older who, those joints aren't moving exactly like they used to when you were younger. So you want to get that body moving, get those muscles stretched out in a way that's good for your body, but not going to hurt your body as well. So we are going to start, as we always do, just to focus on our breath a little bit before we get into moving our bodies. So I'd like you to sit down in a nice, comfortable chair and just focus on your breath. Just notice it at first. Do you feel rushed? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel really calm? Do you feel almost sleepy? Kind of where's your breath at for you today? Now I just want you to concentrate on elongating that breath, Making inhale a little bit longer, and then exhale if you can, out through the mouth. Just a little bit longer on the inhale and the exhale. Just really calming the mind. Calming the mind calms the body as well. So today our theme for our class is going to be living in the moment. So I just want you to think about enjoying each breath as it enters your body. Thinking about the amazing gift that life is. And also just enjoying our bodies for where they are today. Yes, we're not maybe in the same shape we were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, but just appreciating the body that you have, especially if you have a pretty healthy body, just appreciating that. There's always someone that would be dying to have some of your issues. So just think about that. There's kind of the saying, the guy on the bike wants a car, and there's a lot of people that want to be able to ride a bike. That would be a great gift to them. So just because you might be the guy on the bike where your body's not moving all that well, and you're not where you need to be, there's always people that wish they had what you had as far as health goes. So and then finally, I just have a quote as we again just kind of concentrate on your breath, taking deep breaths in and out. Life is just a rehearsal. Live this day as if it was your last, and the future is not guaranteed. So I'd like you to sit in Tadasana. So Tadasana, when we're standing, we think about using our muscles all the way from the ground, all the way up to our heads. We're going to do the same thing here. So first, just really ground your feet into the ground. So feel all of the muscles in your feet fire up as you really try to press those feet into the floor so that you're one with the ground there. You're grounding you're not way up here. You're really pushing those feet into the ground to activate those muscles in the feet. And you should also be activating the muscles in your legs, in the lower part of your calves, into your knees, and then even think about activating the muscles in your legs, your quads here, your outer thigh, really activating all those muscles. Now into your abdomen and into your gluteal muscles, kind of clench those all together and think about being strong in your back, in your gluteals, in your abdominal muscles. So you're really stretching out that spine as we tighten all of these muscles in our body. And then into your shoulders. You want your shoulders down, but you also want your head kind of up. So we're really thinking about engaging our whole body here when we're in Tadasana. Just take a deep breath in and out here. All right, so now I invite you to put your left hand to either on your thigh, or you can put it to the side of your chair, whichever feels better for you. And bring that right arm straight up into the air. So try to keep your shoulder in its socket as you're really stretching this whole side body right over here. Just take a deep breath in and out here. Now bring that arm down. Let's do the same on the left. So we're grabbing the side of our chair with our right hand and bringing our left arm straight up and our fingers actually pointing to the ceiling, but also keeping your shoulder in its socket. So your shoulder's not up here, your shoulder's down in its socket, but we're still trying to raise as high as we can through that arm. Okay, bring that in. Now we're gonna go back to the right side with our left hand planted over here. Now we're just gonna easily, gently move ourselves over to the left-hand side, keeping both of those shoulders even, so we're not coming up and we're not going back, we're going straight over to the side. So our good posture is still in line here. Again, grabbing onto the side can be nice if you can. All right, bring that arm up, breathe out. Now take a deep breath in, and then breathe out as you come over, bring that left arm over to the right-hand side. Take a deep breath in and out here. Now bring that arm back up and back to make the right one on the side of the chair. Let's just do that one more time. So this nice side stretch, we're bringing our right arm up, bring it straight over to the side. Count on your breath work to help you stretch those muscles out a little bit more, but make sure you come to wherever you feel is comfortable. You know, a person sitting right next to you might be able to go way over to the side, but you want to come what feels good and comfortable in your body. This is not, yoga is not a competition. Yoga is just feeling good in your own skin. So bring that left hand straight up and then bring that body straight over to the side, making sure you're keeping both of your hips really grounded to this chair here. So you're not popping this hip up. And again, both shoulders even. And straight over, stretching out that left side body. All right, and then breathe that out. Okay, now we're going to come into the shoulders just a little bit. So I want you to put your arms in yoga, this is called goddess pose, because we feel like we're a goddess here. So we're bringing our elbows straight out. It's also kind of called goalpost arms, because your arms kind of look like goalposts here. So this is a nice way to get into our shoulders and into our chest. Sometimes as we get older, we tend to slump more over because our back muscles aren't as strong. So when we're doing these kind of goalpost arms, we're really holding this stretch for a second, we're really activating all of those back muscles to really help keep us more erect and help our back be strong. Okay, so bring those arms down for a second. Just shake them out for a little bit. Kind of get them stretched back out a little bit, back and forth. All right, now we're gonna do that one more time. So bring those arms up into goalpost arms and think about keeping those shoulders down into their sockets, but bringing that chest a little bit more open. So we're trying to find that curve in the back of our back. So we're bringing our chest out, but our arms are going back, so in opposite directions here. Take a few deep breaths in and out here. Okay, bring those shoulders back in, kind of shake them out a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna do something where we're gonna work our shoulders forward and just kind of loosen out that shoulder joint a little bit. So hands back in goalpost, but not really trying to push them back anyway. This time we're gonna bring them forward. So just bring your hands together and then bring your hands apart. So bring hands and elbows together in front of your face and then out apart. So we'll just do that maybe 4 times. We're just kind of, the synovial fluid that we have in our joints gets stale and old and we don't have enough. So when we kind of lubricate, this is kind of like lubricating the joints here, is what we're doing when we can utilize these muscles and stretch them out, especially ones we haven't used for a while. So the next thing we're going to do here is a seated twist. So again, we're sitting in our Tadasana stand with all of our muscles engaged. And then I want you to take your hips and put them, your feet, and just put them a little bit further apart, so more like hip distance apart. And then I want you to take your left hand and put it on your right knee. And then I just want you to twist around and look at the wall to the side if you can. You don't want to twist too far here. We're just warming up our spine here a little bit. And then come and look forward. Then take that right hand and put it on the outside of the left knee. And then look over towards the other wall. Take a deep breath in and out here. I'll do that one more time on the other side. And if that felt pretty good, you can twist around a little bit further and look towards the back wall if that feels comfortable for you. But if not, just stay looking at the wall, wherever feels comfortable in your body today. And we're also kind of stretching that neck out a little bit here too. So be careful not to stretch the neck too far. But this is good, especially for driving if you have trouble turning around. So now we're gonna do it with the right hand on the left thigh. If you have trouble turning around to look at that car behind you, this is a great exercise to really help open up those shoulders and be able to move that spine. So this is an important, not only for yoga, just for practical life. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the legs. One thing that really gets forgotten is our feet. Our feet are the foundation for everything we're gonna do. So if you have any problems with balance or falling a lot, these are great exercises to do for you. I have a good friend of mine from high school that tends to fall a lot, and this is an exercise for you. So I'm not gonna name names, but you know who you are. My good buddy. Okay, we're gonna do little circles with our right foot. So just bring that left leg straight out. We're really engaging our quads here in this exercise too. So we're just circling that leg, that foot all around to the right first, and then come back and circle it 3 or 4 times to the left also. Okay, and then I want you to flex that foot and point that foot, flex that foot and point that foot. And also think about engaging your core here and really keeping yourself upright if you can. If you need to sit back in the chair, that's totally fine too, but wherever you're at. Okay, so we're gonna put that right foot down. We have exercised that nice little foot a little bit to get it warmed up. Now bring your left foot forward, engage those quadriceps, and start doing circles to the left with your left foot. 3 or 4 times, and then circle around to the right. And we're gonna think about flexing that foot, pointing that foot. Just do this 3 or 4 times as well. Okay, great. I'll put that foot back down. Now we're gonna do slow marches. So this is for our core. This is a good core exercise. It's also for our quadriceps. And this is also an important thing that's gonna keep us balanced as we get older. So we're bringing one leg up at a time, and we're keeping that kind of foot flat as we come up, and we're really engaging this thigh. So I really want you to think about doing these nice and slow, keeping our core strong when we do these, as well as really using all those leg muscles, but especially the quadricep muscles. Okay, just do maybe 2 more of these, 1 on each side. Okay, so now I'd like you to take both feet and put them together, and then your knees outward. Okay, so this, again, we're already stretching our hips out just a little bit here. But I want you to think about coming in and going out, coming in and going out. Try to do these nice and slow so that we're really engaging our whole core, so that we're standing up strong, keeping our shoulders down, but our spine long, as we get some nice flexion in the hips as we go in and out here. Okay, now put your feet flat on the ground in front of you. And I want you to think about acting like you got flat shoes on, or you got high heels. Or you got flat shoes on and you got high heels. And some people are gonna have fairly low heels. Maybe they're only gonna have inchers. But as you get your feet more flexible, you're gonna be able to wear those 4-inch heels, those full 4-inch heels, because you're really gonna get those feet off of the ground. So just think about doing these little flexes here with our feet. I like to call this one high heels. Okay, now put both feet flat on the ground. Some people are not gonna wanna do this. It's gonna be hard for you, so don't do it. But we want you to put your hands on your hips and then just think about coming forward. So maybe this is where you wanna come. Maybe you can come all the way down and go back up. But wherever you can come comfortably to easily get back up. So As you do this nice and slowly, you should really feel that back, that lower back stretching out. Then I want you to do just a couple of more quick ones like this. And then we're gonna hold one as well. All right, and then just come over and think about just stretching out from your hips, bringing your shoulders a little bit more forward, and then coming back up. Okay, last one before we do a little flow. Now, I just want you to take your right ear and bring it over towards your right shoulder. Not too much here. Again, this is one you can definitely overdo if you try it. So don't try that. Just bring it a little bit over to each side. Okay, let's do one more on each side. Okay, now we're going to kind of start that from the beginning, but we're going to do it as a flow. So we're not going to do 2 and 3 and 4 of each one. We might just do a couple of each one, and it's going to kind of flow together like a yoga flow would. So we're going to start with that arm straight up, and then left arm straight up, and then left arm straight over to the side, and then left arm straight over to the side. One more time to each side. Now we're going to open our arms in goddess arms. And shrug our shoulders forward. And then one more time, goddess arms. Shrug them forward just a little bit. Now a little bit easier goddess arms here. Breathe in and out, getting that joint warmed up. Now we're going to twist over towards the right wall, and we're going to twist over towards the left wall. One more time, twisting to the right and twisting to the left. Right leg forward, circling around. One way, circling around the other. Left leg forward, circling around, and then circling around. And then we're going to do high heels and low heels, and high heels and low heels. One more time. Now bending your body forward and back and forward. Ear to one side, and ear to the other side, and ear to one side, and ear to the other side. All right, great job. Okay, so that's everything we're going to do seated. So I invite you to take your chair. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing any standing poses, then you can stay seated and try to modify what we're going to do. But we're going to do a few standing poses as well. So first I want you to, again, think about your posture here in Tadasana. We're going strong all the way from our feet, being really grounded into the ground, and firing up all of the muscles in our legs, firing up our abdomen muscles, firing up our gluteal muscles, our chest muscles, our shoulders are down, and our head is pointed towards the ceiling. So this is Tadasana. We're strong in Tadasana. So now I want you to bring the weight into your right foot or your left foot, that right foot out, and I want you to think about just lifting that leg just a little bit. So this is a nice for the IT band over here. So just lift that feet off the ground. And I wanted to mention too, you may want to use a chair to the side for this one, just to keep your balance. So if this is difficult for you, then just use a chair on each side. And some people like to just stand in front of the chair. So let's do that on the left side as well. So bring that all the way into the right foot, and then bring that left foot out just a little bit like this, and then lift, and lift, and lift. But if you want to try to do it without the chair as well, this is a great way to work on your balance. Okay, next we're going to do slow marches. So I want you to put one leg up, kind of just like we were doing on the floor, one at a time. This is, again, a great way to work on our balance, especially because we're doing these nice and slow. But if this is hard for you, then you just grab onto a chair, grab onto the wall, whatever's next to you. So you work at whatever level you're at. Okay, so now I want you to think about coming against the wall. So we're gonna do cat-cow is a great yoga pose where we kind of stretch out our back. So we're gonna do that on the wall. So I'd like you to bring a little bit of energy into your hands here, and then think about opening your chest so you're kind of creating a little curve to your back here. Now I want you to think about being in a little cat and bringing the back of your back, like someone's pulling this part of your back, into a little ball. And then coming forward as we bring our chest through, let our head back. And then we'll bring our head forward and our whole back curves back into a little U. Let's do that 2 or 3 more times. Again, just counting on your breath to help you get a little bit more open. Okay, so now we're going to come into our wrist a little bit. So I want you to think about bringing your wrist to the right and bringing your wrist around to the left. No, I actually did them to the left and to the right, but hopefully you didn't notice that. Okay, now we're going to stand with our feet just a little bit more than hip distance apart, and then just think about circling around your hips here. Again, we're kind of trying to lubricate those joints, and one that can get really unlubricated are the hips. So just circling out those hips a little bit. Okay, last one that we're gonna do, and then we're gonna do these all in a little sequence, is I want you to think about bending forward and bending back up. So your bend may be 2 inches, your bend may be, most of the way down. Whatever feels good in your hamstrings today, that's where you stay. So just bending down, bending back up. And again, if doing this with the chair is more helpful, just to help your balance, then by all means, use a chair. Don't hurt yourself and don't fall over. So, okay, then we're gonna do that all together, just kind of a little bit quicker on both sides. So just flow out, do a few of these legs to the side. So we're doing to the right first. I'll bring the weight into the right foot. Bring that left leg straight up. Now we're gonna march. Nice and slow. Again, holding on to the chair if we need to. We're gonna come over and find our cat and cow. First our cow, then breathing in into our cat, breathing out into our cow, and into our cat. One more time. And then we're going to take our wrist over to the left and over to the right. And we're going to move our hips like we have a big hula hoop around us. The other way too. To the right or to the left. Now with hands either on a chair or our hips, we're going to come straight over and straight up and straight over and straight up, straight over and straight up. Woohoo! All right, that concludes our the exercise portion of what we're going to do. I just encourage you to sit back down in a chair for a second. At the end of any yoga session, we always end in shavasana. So a lot of times shavasana is laying down, but it's actually any place that we can really come into just concentrating on our breath. So I encourage you to sit in a comfortable position. You may want to sit, with the chair more supporting you this time. Whatever's really most comfortable for you is the way that you should sit. So I want you to think about closing your eyes, just focusing again on your breath coming in and out of your body. kind of taking inventory. What do you feel like? Do you feel like the blood's flowing a little bit better? Do you feel like your muscles are stretched out a little bit? Did you overstretch a few things? Sometimes we tend to do that too. So just however your body feels, just take a deep breath and breathe into whatever parts of your body kind of have stress in them, or have any hurt feelings to them. Just try to breathe into that area. So again, kind of getting back to our theme, just each breath in and out, just really look at it as a gift, as a blessing. And continuing to concentrate on your breath, calming your mind, calming your body. One more just little quote that I found was an Indian proverb that said, "Don't let yesterday use up too much of today." So of course sometimes we want to look back, but we also want to enjoy the moment that we have right now, the day that we have right now. So you might want to open your eyes now. In yoga, we always end with a little saying called namaste. And what namaste means, so actually let's bring our hands into prayer. And namaste means the light in me honors and salutes the light in you. So namaste to all my new yoga friends.